Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today is going to be a very productive day in the life. I actually packed a lot in this video, lots of cleaning, a DIY project. We also did some cooking, a little bit of a chat, so much to share. I really hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching. Let's get right into it. First thing I'm going to do is get the bedding off the bed and go throw that in the wash. I do have a queen bed, but a king size comforter. And although it's like lightweight, I love it. By the way, I'll link it if you're interested. It does like soak up with a lot of water. So I make sure to put it on the heavy duty load with a double rinse. And it takes like a good hour, I feel like. It probably doesn't take that long. I don't know. I haven't really ever timed it, but anyway, getting that going first so that way it'll be dry by tonight, because Lord knows I'm going to forget to switch the laundry over at some point. And then jumping right into the kitchen, going to go ahead and clean up from last night's dinner. We did not clean up. I also was dealing with my daughter. She was sick, so sick. She got a stomach bug again. Originally, I thought it was from eating Takis because, first of all, I hate Takis. I hate hot Cheetos. I hate anything that will make your kids sick, right? Well, Takis are known to cause stomach issues with kids. And originally, I thought because she had a couple of those that is what caused her to get sick. Well, it turns out she actually had a stomach bug because then my nephews got it. And then I even started to feel sick on this day, by the way. My stomach started bubbling and I was like, oh no, this is not good. But thankfully, my body was able to fight through it and I never ended up getting it any worse than just a little bit of a stomach ache. But yeah, where was I going with that? Oh, I don't even know. But I am going to put her flowers in the cup because she was so sick. She was like running a fever and everything, poor thing. When I ran to the store, I did pick her up some flowers. So I just put those into a cup. It was like get well flowers. She needed something to give her some good spirits. But now I'm going to go ahead and unload the dishwasher, get it loaded, all the things. Alright, so I'm going to expose this here, but not really, because I feel like this is real life, and I mean, if you want to try to pretend that you don't have any critters ever, that's fine. But we live in Florida, and it is no secret there's lots of bugs, but the ants here, I'm certain that our house is on top of an ant pile right now. Like, I don't know what to do. It's that bad. And we have tried every home remedy. We've tried every poison. I'm like thinking that I should probably just call like a exterminator because it's seriously that bad. And I'm not being dramatic. If y'all have ever used like a bug exterminator like company and they work well, safe for dogs, seem legit, let me know, because I don't know what to do with these little critters. Like, they're everywhere. It's so bad that they're coming through the front door. They're trailing all the way down the wall. And, like, I can only seal the front door so much before I, like, lock us in here. But anyway, they're trailing through the house, getting to the dog's food, and that is, like, such a pain in the butt. Like, I have to constantly remember, like, after the dogs are done eating to pick up their bowl, which I forget a lot. So we have a stainless steel bowl for the dog's food and water, and I even have their food and water in a plastic mat to keep it from, like, spilling everywhere, and they still find a way to get in it. It's crazy. So we need an exterminator. If y'all have any recommendations, let me know. So this is kind of random, but I wanted to share. I ended up painting the built-ins finally. Y'all will get to see that very, very soon. And let me just tell you that it looks like a totally new house. I don't even know why it took me so long to do it. I think I was just scared that I wasn't going to love it because I do love the black. But you can see how the built-ins are kind of just disappearing over there in the corner. And I painted them light, so they are like bright now. It looks so freaking good. I literally cannot wait to share that video. I thought about even posting that one before this one, but then guess what? My videos would be out of order and it wouldn't make sense. So I apologize that I'm making you wait, but I promise it's worth it. If you want to see like a big transformation, that is going to be it. It'll give you lots of motivation to tackle whatever painting project that you've been putting off. Now, here in the dining room, I'm just putting this plant over here. I feel like the buffet needs something. I honestly want to like redesign this space. It's just, everything is so expensive, and I want a big mirror. I want to do like a floor mirror, like leaned up against the wall, and just not have the buffet cabinet in there. I feel like it would just really open up. I'm in this open and airy feeling right now. I don't know. I'm spreading my wings and flying. I think for the longest time, I started to go like kind of darker and moodier, and the house started to feel like more closed in and more closed in, and it was cozy and warm, you know, that's great. But eventually it started to feel like we were totally outgrowing the house. And then the more I look at our house, I'm like, are we really outgrowing it, or are we just feeling that way? And so I'm like, how can I make it feel more open? And it's, number one, declutter. Number two, stop painting everything black, girl. Like, what are you doing? So I'm trying to like open things up and make it feel fresh and new again. So it's just kind of going hand in hand with me painting the built-ins and just going through lightening and brightening the house. It does make me feel pretty good. So definitely recommend. I mean, you can always have like your fun pops of color, like in curtains or your couch and the decor that you use. So don't feel like you have to go all white, because that's definitely not the ideal situation. But I'm just saying, like, especially with wall colors and furniture, a lot of times those are big and heavy items that when they are lighter, it does make the whole space feel so much bigger. I want to tell you a fun story about Knox. So he's getting better about not attacking the vacuum. I'm so proud. He still barks and he's growling, but he's not attacking it. So we are making progress. I've been doing exposure therapy where I vacuum with him in the room, because for the longest time he would start barking and growling, and then I would put him in the other room, and I don't think that was helping. He does not like when I vacuum for some reason. Dylan can vacuum the whole house and he does not bark or move at all. He wants to, but he doesn't. And I think it's like, what do they say? It's kind of like Dylan is the master of the house. So he knows that, and he knows that he can't do those things. With mommy, I don't know, he just tests my patience, I guess. But he will only attack the vacuum if I'm doing it. Or the kids. And then I thought to myself, is it because he's trying to protect me? And he might not feel like he needs to protect Dylan because Dylan can protect himself. Who knows? But all I know is that he is getting better, and I'm really proud of him for sitting there and not attacking the vacuum the whole time. Now, after I get the floor vacuumed, I am going to go ahead and put down my new rug. I did pick up some rugs from Aldi recently. Aldi has really inexpensive washable rugs in case you're in the market. And they also have really great indoor rugs, the ones that are more so for like stopping dirt from coming in. And since we do go through rugs pretty quick around here, I do have a senior dog. She does have accidents occasionally. And most of the time I can wash the rugs and they're fine. But over time, sometimes if there's been too many accidents, at some point the rugs are just, they're no good. It's unfortunate, but it's just the truth, and I'm being honest. So yeah, we go through rugs pretty quick. But this is the new one I got. It's the same one I had before, but this one's like more gray. I love it. I want to like replicate this like 50 times, so that way I know, it really sucks that it was the last one. But then this one is actually an outdoor rug, but I decided to use it right here by the back door just because this area gets the most traffic, and there's a lot of leaves right now in and out, and this actually stops them from going any further, so I like that. But every time I lay down a new rug, Knox thinks that they are his. Like, he plays king of the castle is what we call it. With a rug, a new bed, like if you make the bed, oh, he's getting on it. He thinks it's for him. Guess what I didn't forget? I did not forget to switch over the laundry, thank goodness. So I came out here pretty quickly after it was done. It got this switched over. I could actually hear it. So I could hear the washing machine. Woo, 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 woo. That's how I knew it was almost done spinning, and that's kind of how I was able to remember. But that was probably way too much in that load, if I'm being honest. But I do that sometimes. I overfill it, and it's been fine. I love this washing machine, by the way. It's so good. And it has the agitator, which is a must for me. But anyway, at this point now, I just washed my daughter's bedding. I'm going to go ahead and get this laundry folded that I did not fold from the past 2 days. So it's quite a bit, but I'm just going to tackle it here in the dining room because I've learned if I take this in my bedroom, it's there to stay. So I need to fold it out here, so I'm more likely to put it away.
Blind with your civil rights, you demand that I eternize your name. Walk ahead. You cover us in shame and I take the blame. Living by the rules, teen witch, high school blues. Walk ahead. To stop and obey, to stop and obey. Now rats can shine and jokers got silver lining and Holy Mary sings songs in the wet rain. Walk ahead, walk ahead. Now every new day is a new fire. Until my teeth call me a liar. Building as you rip, someone show me someone living of desire. Big candles keep provoking, and blood results start choking. Can anyone stand this nonsense? Eaten away, telling us to stop and obey, to stop and obey. When this goes wrong, do you know what you wish for? Let me know. I don't think you know. Oh, ain't no stopping us. Said we had enough. Ain't nobody do what we do. Oh, it's up to me and you. We had enough.
I know I mentioned earlier that my daughter had not been feeling well, so a lot of times what we do is I braid her hair. That way it's just like out of the way. She doesn't have to worry about brushing it or keeping up with it. So I am going to put it in French braids like mine. It just kind of helps. So especially when she's in bed a lot trying to rest. And if you guys are ever interested in like a tutorial on how to do this, let me know. I am self-taught when it comes to French braiding. Obviously the back doesn't look that great, but this was like a quick job. It wasn't like I was trying to make it look presentable. We're not going anywhere. But like my hair and her hair, I've taught myself. So and it's actually really easy to French braid. I used to think it was way harder. It's all about like your hand technique. So just keep that in mind. Once you figure out a way to hold your fingers, everybody holds your fingers a little different in my opinion when it comes to braiding, but if you figure out a good way to like hold the strands in like your pinkies, you'll be good to go. Now, I'm steaming the bathroom really quick. This is so random, but don't you worry. I'm going to make a whole video of me steaming this house, okay? Because this thing is a game changer. I used to have an old like handheld steamer. I think I told y'all about it, that it broke, and I was actually bummed because I used it all the time, but this one, you don't have to hold a button. You hit the button one time, and then it automatically starts steaming, and then you have to turn the button off to stop it from steaming. So I love this because the old one was killing my thumb. I would not even be halfway done and my hand would just start cramping up. So if you have like carpal tunnel or just weak hands or arms in general, this is going to be so nice for you. It makes wiping things down so easy. It sanitizes without any crazy chemicals. I love this one. It's a little on the pricey side, but I did decide to splurge a little bit. I wanted to get something that I didn't have to hold the button down. And so if you're looking for something like that, you will love this one. I'll have it linked. So right after I'm done cleaning the bathroom, I am going to jump to a clip of me talking about Sunday's video. I just wanted to chat with you guys about it and get your feedback. Hi y'all. I quickly want to chat about Sunday's video. If you have a quick moment, I need your advice. And I also just want to like talk about some things that are on my mind. And I'm one of those people where like if something's bothering me, I have to get it out off my chest or it will eat me up. And this is one of those things that is kind of eating me up a little bit. So I posted the very first video of the new series called Styled by Karrie, where I have you guys submit your photos to my email, a list of what you'd like to change. I look over the photos, tell you what I would do, sticking to your budget by the way, and create like a 3D rendering, a vision board, a game plan in the description, all the things. Well, I have never done anything like this, so I was like trying to like brainstorm and like figure out a good video concept, a good title, a way to edit this type of content, and I just did my absolute best. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go into this being me. And I filmed the video, watched it back like 4 or 5 times, honestly was terrified to post it because I was like, I don't want to let anybody down. And then exactly what I was fearful of, it happened. I started to get constructive criticism, not all hate. A lot of it was like really nice feedback, and I appreciate you guys. But a lot of you were like, this is not what I expected, like I'm kind of disappointed. I was like, oh my God. Don't say that. But I felt bad because I feel like a lot of people thought that I was actually gonna be like redesigning these spaces in person and doing full makeovers, and as much as I would love to do that, it's not, I can't. I don't have the money, time, or resources. So I was like, you know what, how can I do something similar and help a larger audience all at once? And this was the best way for me to be able to do that while also being different. And when I say that, I wanted to refer to a couple of the comments that I got was, you're not qualified to talk about this, and all the advice you gave was mediocre, stuff like that. And I agree, like I'm not disagreeing with you. I know I'm not qualified to give like professional advice. That's not what the idea was. The idea was a friend-to-friend conversation. Like if you were to call me up tonight and be like, hey Karrie, what's up? Like what would you do for this space? I'm struggling. This would be like the advice I'd give you friend to friend. I think overall, I guess the idea I had in my mind and like the way that I presented it was not probably, it didn't go hand in hand. And overall it wasn't really great viewing content, and I realized that, and I want to improve. So help me improve. I really want to make this work. And then I thought about like maybe just to kind of get going, instead of making it its own separate series, just kind of throwing it into a video like today. Like instead of me sitting here talking about this, I could be actually showing you, hey, by the way, Susan sit in this video and I'm going to tell you what I would do, or sit in this photo and I'm gonna tell you what I would do for this space really quick. And I could totally include them into this video and just make it like a little fun addition, but not actually make it into its own series that is going to affect my channel in a negative way. And the reason I say that is because the video performed so badly, I'm really worried about moving forward posting these series and it actually affecting my channel in a negative way from all the hard work I've been trying. Like y'all, listen, I went into 2026 with like a new vision in mind for my business. I was like, you know what, I'm really gonna crunch down. I want to get off this plateau I've been stuck on for like ever, or stuck at plateau, whatever. I wanted to like grow and build and create something new and fresh and try to branch out a little bit more and get out of my comfort zone. So I've been thinking of new ideas, more educational videos that I could share that are like helpful, that are more likely to be shared than this type of content. This content is very motivational, sure, but it's less likely to get shared to others than it would be if I was to give you like a recipe or like a strict tutorial. If I was to share a tutorial on staining this tabletop right now, it would get shared a lot more than me cleaning my house. So I'm trying to like get my videos pushed out more and, you know, grow and just work on my business overall. And I haven't felt this good in a long time, so I've just been feeling excited, and I don't know, I just wanted to try something new, and it was a kind of a flop, but that's okay. You know, you live and learn and you keep pushing forward. And the thing is, I will figure it out. I will figure out how to make this work. I'll figure out how to still include it into my videos without it actually hurting them. But yeah, you know, one thing I did want to say is like, so I got a lot of hate comments too, which is always so interesting, the things that people say. It's so wild. But what really gets me is when people who are professionals comment something very, very mean and hateful, but yet use their business account to comment, or their business name on their, like their YouTube has like their business on it, or their real name, or if you click on the page, it shows you their real name, and then they comment something really mean. So like, girl, I know that you sell houses. I know that you have your own LLC. Like at this point, I could probably figure out where you live and everything else about you, but like, I'm not gonna do that. But it's just like, you go out of your way to hate someone when you're trying to promote your own business too is wild. Like, we're all just out here trying to make it and do something with ourselves, and I am always gonna be the type of woman who is supportive of everyone. Always. I'm never gonna tear you down, ever. Like, I wouldn't do that. If I have my own thoughts, that's fine. Everybody can have their own opinion, but to go out of your way to tear someone down to make yourself feel better or to look better is wild. Absolutely wild. Like, do better. Especially if you're gonna like try to promote your page. Like, no, nobody wants to buy a house from you. Not when you're being mean like that. I know I wouldn't. And like, the thing is, like, the things you post on the internet will come back and bite you. Eventually that will probably come back and bite you whenever someone's like, oh, I would love to hear like your credentials, and then Susie Lou over here is like, oh, by the way, I took a screenshot 5 years ago when she commented this really mean thing on this girl's channel. You never know. You just never know what could pop up in the future. So keep that in mind before you comment mean things to people. So we're going to change the subject. We're going to make it a little positive, and everybody loves food. So let's make some Parmesan crusted chicken together. I'm going to take these really thin chicken breasts, which was not ideal. I didn't realize how thin they were until I opened the package. These actually came from Aldi, and they were really affordable, but when I tell you these are thin, these are super duper thin. Like, they cooked in 2 seconds. So I'm just going to lay out all the chicken. We're going to season it well. I just used salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and I think that was pretty much it. We were almost out of seasoning, so I just used what we had.
Mommy, did you ever get rid of that huge bumper thing?
What?
The huge hair thing.
When I'm trying to cook. Yes, you can season it. And we're going to do onion powder. Hold it high. Sprinkle. And
You have the green beans going there?
I think the saucepan you need, but it's not very big.
Mom, I'm doing garlic.
Okay, just a little bit. Yep. Good job. Goes over there too. Can I get in this real quick? Now for the Parmesan crust, you're going to need some panko breadcrumbs, seasoned preferably, a good cheese, Parmesan cheese, and then you're basically just going to make a mixture together and add a little bit of butter as like a binder to hold it together. And I use the Haverty cheese. I recently discovered how much I love this cheese. It is so freaking good. But you can use provolone or Swiss cheese, whatever you prefer. I like the Haverty. So I kind of broke it up into chunks and then just mix all that together. We also had the green beans going, potatoes going, chicken seasoned at this point. We're going to fry that up in a pan. And then once it's done, I'm actually going to top it with that Parmesan crust. And then we're going to bake it. So you'll see all that real quick. Once the chicken is topped with the Parmesan crust, I'm just going to bake this in the oven until the cheese is melted, and I just cooked it on broil since the chicken was already done. I also drained the potatoes and then put those back in the pot, added some butter, sour cream, salt, pepper, mix that together really, really well. I need a hand mixer because I don't have one. That's actually something I need to put on my list. I've been meaning to get one for a while, but I just always forget, and it's just not one of those things that you think about when you go to the store. I'm like usually thinking one-track minded, I need to get dinner or I need to get essentials. Like, a hand mixer is just not top priority, but there's something about hand mixed potatoes. I'll tell you what, they were so delicious. The chicken is done now. The Parmesan, now by the way, we only made 3 because Dylan made regular chicken. He didn't want his crusted, which he's crazy, but I will say his was probably better. So we actually made 2 separate dinners. I made the Parmesan crusted chicken because that's what I like, but he made a mushroom, like marsala, I think is how you say it, type of chicken. amazing. I actually ate some of the mushroom sauce with my Parmesan encrusted chicken because it was so good. But then we also had the green beans, like I said, and those just had garlic, onion powder, salt, pepper, and shallots, along with a little bit of, did I say garlic? I think I said garlic. But yeah, here's his mushroom sauce. Oh my, when I tell you this was award winning, it was so good. Now, after dinner, I'm going to clean up, but I decided to make my husband some chicken Caesar wraps with the leftover chicken. So I just put like a generous amount of chicken, some lettuce, Parmesan cheese, and then I topped it with some creamy Caesar dressing, and then wrapped those up, and that is for my husband's lunch. And he loves these. The kids actually love them too, so it makes a great, really simple, affordable lunch for your kids, or even a snack too. And then to go with his meal, I just put in some of these meat and cheese wraps. He loves those too. So just a nice high protein lunch for him. I'm going to quickly load up the dishwasher, get the kitchen cleaned, and then I'm actually going to share with you the carport project that I've been wanting to share. I didn't really have a video to throw it into, so I was like, oh, you know what? This would be the perfect one. So I'm going to show you how we ended up finishing the carport in just a couple minutes.
You want this one? No. I'm not sure.
He dropped the staple gun and I caught it with one hand. It was pretty cool. But anyway, this is the area that we closed in. We actually are just now stuccoing it. I tried to use the wire mesh because everybody said to do that, but the wire was not laying flat and there was no way I was going to make the stucco job look good with that, so I decided to scrap it. And we just stuccoed right over top of the wood. So it's either going to hold up or it's not. But either way, eventually this whole thing will be rebuilt, so I'm not too concerned. It's kind of just a temporary solution. But once the stucco dried, I went in with some paint. I'm going to get it painted the same color as the house, and then we're going to add that little trellis right here to help disguise the awkwardness between the house and then the new wall here. It does look a little odd because we have that design on the side of the house. So I've thought of different ways to help it blend better, but ultimately this is like the best option for an affordable solution until we're ready to rebuild. By the way, the stucco is really good stuff, by the way. I don't want to make it sound like it's not going to hold up because I feel like that's like unfair, because I've used the stucco. I use it in my house over my brick fireplace and it has held up great. No cracks or nothing. I used it in my grandma's kitchen as a backsplash to cover damaged wall and it also turned out amazing. I used it to patch some areas and cracks in our house, like around the windows out back that were damaged whenever we bought the house, and it's, like I said, held up really well. So I think this is a great product. I can't remember the exact name of this stucco, but I will have it down below. I want to say it's like Weather something, or maybe it's like Weather Shield stucco. I can't remember, but it's so good, and I have no doubt that it'll hold up. I wouldn't have done all this if I didn't think it would. I say sometimes like, oh, you know, it's just a temporary solution, but a lot of times when I am working on projects, if I'm doing a temporary solution, I want it to at least last a few years more than that if possible. So I have no doubt that it'll hold up okay. And then, like I said, painting it as well just makes it all blend really nicely. So yeah, that's where we are. Oh, and at the top, the wood piece going across above the garage, I actually did stucco the knots in the wood because all of the knots were exposed, and from a distance, it looked like there was holes in the side of the house. So I just decided to go over those with stucco and kind of blend it out, and then I'll repaint all of that so it all blends nicely.
Oh,
I did end up cutting this trellis down because it was a little too wide and I wanted it to only cover the area, the new area. I didn't want it to go over the house, like where that design is. And then in order to have the trellis stick out a little bit, I grabbed some old trim that I had and I nailed this to the wall first, and then I nailed the trellis to this. That way it would actually stick off the wall a little bit so the wood wasn't touching the stucco, and that way as it vines, it'll vine in between. And I painted it the same color. It looks really nice. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Okay, here's my solution to the funky garage door. I think it looks so good. I love it. I think it's gonna look really pretty once the vines start growing up. I was gonna do the trellis on the other side, but it's just, it doesn't match because it's not an even space. So I think I'm gonna leave it. I'll find somewhere else to put that plant, and then I do have to get the trim for along here to close off the garage door, but it looks great. And then whoopsie, I did use the extra light I had from our Lepro lights, and I was able to like pull one down and then put it right there into that little square. So I think that's gonna look really pretty at night when it's all lit up. But yeah, it's looking good.